sometimes I get compared to him with my presenting style, and this is about the closest I'll feel like Jeremy Clarkson, minus the 100-pound pregnant sack that hangs off the front of his stomach now. But anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. What you hear in the background right now, or may not hear because it's relatively quiet, is the crackling, clanking of a diesel engine. That's right, and on top of that, a stick shift diesel in a pickup truck. Very, very rare in the States where we are, but not rare from where this truck came from. Even though I am in a stick shift diesel regular cab short bed pickup truck, somehow this feels so special to me because this isn't just any regular cab short bed stick shift diesel pickup truck. This is a vehicle rated by Top Gear, the Top Gear, the good Top Gear. You know what I'm talking about. As indestructible, and that's for very, very good reason. This is the 1990 Toyota Hilux, or Helix if you're an Aussie. They put one of these things through a multitude of testing, including putting it in the ocean, where the engine and entire truck was submerged in salt water, which, in case you didn't know, is not really that great for an engine or anything. But the truck continued to run. So then they decided, let's just hit it a lot of times with a wrecking ball. That should do it. Except for it didn't. And then they lit it on fire. They needed an entire break between episodes to figure out how to put this truck to a certain depth. But after some thinking, they decided, let's chain it to the top of a building.
240 feet up.
And then let's detonate the building below it with explosives. And it'll make the truck go crashing to the ground, covered in rubble. And after blowing up the building beneath the truck's feet, as you can imagine,
it doesn't look good.
The Hilux was pretty crushed up underneath all of that rubble. The truck still ran.
Wow.
And after all that, they couldn't kill the truck. The boys decided finally the truck earned enough respect to have its permanent place in the Top Gear studio. And you can see it in the backdrop of many, many Top Gear episodes. And I really couldn't tell you why I'm having so much fun in the most simplistic thing I've ever been on the road with. Literally, there's nothing special about this at all. Nothing. This thing has got to be one of the most intriguing and robust vehicles ever produced. And it's absolutely legendary for its longevity and its reliability. And this one just happens to be number 857 produced of probably a couple 100,000, maybe more than 1 million of these things. So, but it's still kind of interesting. So this is powered by the 3L, which is not a 3-liter. It's a 2.8-liter naturally aspirated diesel engine. It's a 4-cylinder and it makes 90 horsepower. 90. They make bicycles nowadays with more horsepower than that. I can make more horsepower than that. But in a truck, horsepower is not as important as it is nowadays, where you have the Dodge Ram TRX with like 700 and something horsepower, but that's besides the point. This is 1990 we're talking about. Torque is what's important, and we're using all 139 foot-pounds of it going up this hill. And 90 horsepower and 139 foot-pounds of torque. I mean, nowadays we're spoiled. We've got cars that come from the factory with 700 and something horsepower. Dodge, I'm looking at you, but it's actually completely adequate for this truck. This is a regular cab short bed, which is actually pretty rare that one of these is in still this good condition, because regular cab short beds were usually used as work trucks. And this thing clearly wasn't a work truck. It's actually in beautiful shape considering what it is. As beautiful as a Toyota pickup truck from 1990 can get anyways. But 139 foot-pounds of torque and 90 horsepower, it's absolutely adequate for this thing. I've been driving this thing for a few hours now, and I've never in any of the instances that I've been able to bring it on, I mean, I haven't been rock crawling in this thing. I've never experienced a lack of power the entire time that I've had this thing. And it helps that you can pick your own gears with this 5-speed manual transmission, which I love having that in a pickup truck. I believe my friend Tyler at Northeast Auto Imports said it best. You can't kill it, but the truck definitely can't kill you either. I guess unless you were sitting in it when it's on top of a 240-foot building as the building is demolished underneath you. This thing is like the most fun you can have in the simplest way possible. Like, looking at this thing, you would never guess that it could put such a grin on your face as it does. Granted, maybe that's because I like diesels and I love stick shifts, and having a diesel stick shift is like, you don't get that nowadays. But this thing is so surprisingly awesome. Now, as I said, these things are super tough, so it's not like the miles matter, but this one has 244,000 kilometers on it, which for you simple Americans like myself, that's 151,000 miles. And what I'm most surprised about driving this Hilux is the ride quality, which honestly, who gives a shit? We're talking about a 1990 Toyota pickup truck here with 150,000 miles. But honestly, when I looked at this thing, it looks so rugged. I was expecting it to ride like my Jeep Wrangler. I was expecting it to ride like a box truck, just on every single road, even if it's smooth as can be, not a divot in it, you'd be riding around like this, hopping around. But honestly, look at this thing. It does have quite a bit of body roll. It's a pickup truck. It's not very low to the ground, even though this one's at factory ride height, but it drives shockingly smooth, this thing. And again, huge shout out to my friends over at Northeast Auto Imports for hooking me up with this 1990 Toyota Hilux. I'll include a link down in the description below to the posting for this vehicle and to their other wide array of JDM cars and trucks and vans that they have available for sale. And if you haven't yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you'll be updated every time that I post a new video. And if you're feeling generous, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Happy motoring.
The day thou gavest, Lord, is ended. But, sadly, the car isn't.